Hey, Wichita. I'm Officer Chad Ditch, and I'm with my co-host today.
Officer Trevor Macy.
What is so funny already?
What?
I don't know. You looked at me and laughed like I messed it up. I didn't mess it up.
Because I never know which one of us is going to speak when this thing opens. And then I wait for you, but it feels like you're waiting for me. And then
I know, right?
I don't know. It's just like we need to communicate.
We should.
About, like, who's going to start this off.
But I want it to be authentic, so if they can laugh at us. Like, I think they really do.
We are nothing if not authentic.
Yeah.
This is as authentic as it gets.
We got to start with some transparency. I think I told you last episode was episode number 7.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Yeah, I can't count. That's pretty much it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, nothing too deep.
So what episode is this?
This is episode number 9.
Are we sure?
Probably not, but yeah, we're
okay. We think it's episode 9.
Yeah, because I posted on Facebook that it was episode 8 last time when I uploaded it.
That means we've been doing this for 9 weeks.
9 weeks straight, haven't missed a week.
Isn't that how long a semester is?
It is, yeah.
So we've completed an entire semester.
So what grade would you give us?
C+.
C+?
Nah, B.
Dang.
B+.
A B+.
B+.
I'm satisfied with B+.
We're good. I
like
mean, we're passing.
Yeah. The good thing is
improvement.
There's always room for improvement, right? But our guests is probably what's carried us the most.
Yeah,
so.
Our guests are all A+ guests.
Yeah.
It's the hosts that are bringing it down
to
a B+.
We are. It's probably near the end because you don't give fun facts ever. But
I try, but like
you got
one
today,
though. I don't know
what
facts people think are fun and what facts people think are just.
Well, there's one fact that needs to be addressed immediately. Is this mustache that you've randomly decided you're going to allow stay on your face?
I knew you were
I
gonna.
have to address the elephant in the room.
Is it an elephant or is it?
It's like a caterpillar. No, it's a caterpillar. Yeah, it's a caterpillar today.
I was, you know what? I was off for a little while. I had some time to let my facial hair grow a little bit.
Yeah.
I was shaving yesterday morning, and I thought, you know what? Why not just leave the mustache?
Yeah.
It's within policy. I'm allowed to have a mustache.
These are facts.
Might as well, you know.
You know what? Do you, boo-boo.
Thank you.
Yes.
I appreciate the support.
Yeah.
I've gotten mixed reviews. People either hate it or they love it.
Yeah.
And it's a conversation piece.
It is.
For sure.
So how was your weekend, man? We had Memorial Day weekend. How was your weekend?
It was good for me. I didn't really do much. Hung around the house. Hung out with some friends. That's about it.
That's it.
Went to the lake. Did some fishing.
There you go.
I caught a big old bass.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
What about you? Did you do anything fun?
So we just cleaned up the house, but on Monday, on Memorial Day, I wanted my kids to watch the new Top Gun Maverick. So I said,
I heard that's really good.
It is. Bro. But we did it right, though. I made them watch the original Top Gun, the OG.
You have to.
And then we went to the theaters and watched it, and bro, amazing.
Had they seen the original before you went and saw the new one? Or was that your kids' first time seeing it?
They saw the original that day.
That was their first time?
The first time we watched it around 1 o'clock.
Wow.
And then we went to the movies at 5:30 and they saw Maverick.
So they got everything
they did.
all at once.
Yeah.
What did they think?
Bro, they liked it so much. Since we're recording today, I can say this, that my mother-in-law is taking them to watch it at the theaters.
Wow.
Yeah. But they told her they hadn't seen it yet because they wanted to watch it again. They loved it that much.
I think I'm going to try to see it this weekend, hopefully.
Bro, if you can get a 15 and a 13-year-old to watch it twice, because they love it, that's how good of a movie it is. Tom Hanks, Tom Cruise,
Tom Selleck.
That's the mustache guy, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's from Blue Bloods.
Yeah, he is in Blue. I haven't seen that, but my grandma.
You haven't seen Blue Bloods?
My grandma told me that I remind her of one of the characters. I think it's like Tom Selleck's kid or something.
Well, he's got a bunch of kids in that one, but I'm thinking Danny. I'm getting a little Danny from you.
Danny?
Yeah, he's the Wahlberg that's on there.
Oh, Donnie Wahlberg?
Donnie Wahlberg.
Interesting.
Yeah, I can see that. So
I'll probably never watch that show.
Bro, it is good. They're on like season 11.
Really?
Yeah.
See, that's just too many seasons for me to catch up on right now.
What do you mean?
I got so much stuff to watch.
Bro, you play Halo on your off time. You could watch.
Yeah, but I just finished Ozark, and now I got to watch the new Obi-Wan series.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of Better Call Saul. Like, there's so many things on my list.
That's true. That's true.
I don't have time for 11 seasons of cop procedural drama. But that's just me, I guess.
So anything else, man? You didn't get anything else done?
No, I had a pretty chill weekend. A lot more relaxing than Paul did. Paul was on call.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we had a busy weekend at work.
Yeah, we had at least 6 shootings. We had 3 homicides. 2 homicides, a hit and run. But anyway, either way, city of Wichita lost 3 members of our community over the weekend. it's sad. It's sad when
Yeah.
people resort to gun violence in order to solve issues, or during verbal altercations or physical altercations, resulting to gun violence is something that we never want. But the chief and our other community leaders and Councilmember Brandon Johnson, they went out yesterday, spoke out there.
Conference.
Yeah, very passionate. Every single one of them that spoke.
You have to be.
Yeah, you gotta.
I mean, it's gotten to the point where we need to recognize that there's an issue.
Yeah,
and people need to know that it's not something the police department can solve all on our own. It's gonna take, it takes a village.
Yes.
So as they say.
Yeah, every single one of them that came up there to speak yesterday said that. And I believe we'll get there. It's just something, to start the summer out with that many shootings and that many homicides is something we need to address immediately. And I thought the chief and everybody out there did an amazing job addressing that, and even our media partners putting it out there for us. And
I saw it again on this morning on the news when I was at the gym, and just it's just gonna take hammering that message in that we need to get more people involved in these kids' lives and get these juveniles to quit engaging in criminal activity.
Yeah.
Really. So.
Yep, it's gonna take the community.
Yeah.
So speaking of community, hey, we were both there at the same time. Yeah,
man.
Yeah, great
Speaking
transition.
of
Go ahead.
Community,
Yeah,
we got one of our community policing sergeants here today, right?
Our first sergeant.
First sergeant.
Yep.
First female guest.
Yes.
As well.
Yes.
Sergeant Nikki Woodrow from the Patrol West Community Policing Unit.
Mm-hmm.
I believe she's here now, so we'll get a refill and get set up, and we'll be back with Sergeant Woodrow.
See y'all soon. All right, we are back with Sergeant Nikki Woodrow. How you doing today, Sarge?
Good. What's up, guys?
No, we appreciate you being here. We know you're super busy.
Absolutely.
So, have you seen the podcast?
I have.
There
I have.
See?
Do you like it?
They mandated all of us to
Out west.
There's
watch
the
it.
answer.
Yeah.
See?
She's
That's
forced
Captain
to
Cooley
watch
for
it.
us. I like that. Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, you
Somebody's watching.
guys are doing really good things up here.
Well, we appreciate it. We just want to be able to highlight and showcase everything everybody does and stuff too. So, but you're like the OG of the PIO unit, right?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah,
Kind of the unit as a total. Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
So, well, on the podcast, we just try to, it's more laid back, more family oriented. We want the people to know who's Nikki Woodrow, not who Sergeant Woodrow is. So, who's Nikki Woodrow?
Well, I'm born and raised here in Wichita, Northwest Grizzly graduate.
All right.
Married. My spouse, she is a police chief in a surrounding agency.
Oh, wow.
We have a 5-year-old boy who's going to be a firefighter when he grows up, so I don't really want to talk about that.
Yeah, I
very
wouldn't
much.
either, yeah.
But yeah, so he's infatuated with fire vehicles. He doesn't really care about police department vehicles, but that's okay. There's still time to change.
That is, yeah.
Been on the department for 22 years.
Okay.
Raising through the ranks. I'm a sergeant now, and just living the dream.
There you go.
Living the dream. Ride around in a Jeep off duty. So
Okay.
I'm a big Jeeper.
Okay.
Do you do the Jeep wave?
I
hear
do.
That's a thing.
I
What's
do.
the Jeep wave?
It's a thing
You
that
gotta-
Jeep owners
Is it like
do.
the motorcycles with the hand wave on the
Kind
side?
of.
Oh, okay.
Now, funny story, though, I was in my patrol car one day, and I was Jeep waving Jeeps, and they weren't waving back. And I was like, why aren't they waving back? And I was like, oh, because I'm in a Ford Explorer.
Right.
Like, who is
Yeah.
this poser trying to
Right?
pretend they're a Jeep
Right,
person?
yeah.
That's like an exclusive club almost.
It is. It is very much so. Yep.
Man. So where on the department have you been? Obviously patrol, but
Sure.
I mean,
As an officer, I worked as an officer and a community policing officer.
Okay.
And I got promoted to a detective. I worked in the gang felony assault unit for
Mm-hmm.
a couple years. Got promoted to sergeant in 14. So
Okay.
I've worked patrol. I was a SCAT supervisor when we had SCAT, now the CRT team.
Yep.
PIO.
Yep.
And now I'm community policing sergeant. So I've kind of done a huge variety of
Right.
things. I haven't
Yeah.
stuck with one thing.
There you go.
Do you have a favorite area where you've worked or favorite
Oh,
assignment?
yeah, you're going to put me on the spot because I'm
Just-
supposed to say PIO, right?
Yeah, right.
No, PIO was a
Obviously.
blast. You know,
Yeah.
I was up here when we did like the Running Man Challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, I hired Sergeant Justice.
I was going to say, you got Sergeant Justice
Yep,
here.
I
Yeah.
hired Sergeant Justice and I promoted him
Mhm.
to sergeant. So that was super fun. I mean,
That's cool.
we did Red Nose.
Yeah.
We did all that fun stuff. So you guys are doing like way more than I even could think of doing. So I got to give you kudos to you. But right now, Patrol West Community Policing, I'm there to stay. I love that place.
Yeah.
I love the team. I love the place. The team is doing great things. They make my job easy.
Yeah.
So I have to say right now is my favorite place to be.
There you go. It's all about like who you work with and what you do. That makes a big difference.
Makes a huge difference. You look at Trevor like
I'm like Trevor. Like I got a question. Like it all
has to do with who you work with.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you not like working with me?
I do. It's just the mustache. It is really the mustache is throwing me off today. But
it's a game changer for sure.
Yeah, it is. It is. You were winning and now you've lost. That's how the game changed.
I'm still winning.
Yeah, you can. You can.
I want to ask because some people like when they hear community policing, they may not know like what does that mean when you say community policing?
Sure.
It's a word I think it's thrown around a lot. So like in your own words, how would you explain to the average person what community policing is and what you guys do?
Great question. So the whole department has a community policing philosophy.
Mm-hmm.
Get out in the community, make people, aware of us, introduce ourselves, just get along. We're in the community. We live in the community.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole department has a community policing philosophy, but we have units. I have 10 people on my unit, and we specialize in West Side community issues.
Mm-hmm.
And that's anything from neighbors not getting along, to crime trends, hot spots, if there's a increase of larcenies or something,
Mm-hmm.
We're going to work with that. So we do a lot both on the criminal aspect side and on the community side. We do community events, we mentor kids, we go to schools, we talk at neighborhood association meetings.
Yeah.
So pretty much all the stuff that patrol is just not allowed to do right now because of the call volume.
Mm-hmm.
We're there to help. We do mediations between neighbors if they can't seem to get along. There's nothing criminal there, but sometimes they just need that extra person to help solve the situation. And so that's where community policing comes in, and we have a lot of time to sit with them, and if it takes hours, then that's what we're going to do. So that's why having an actual team dedicated to community policing is so important.
Absolutely. I wish I had a community policing officer at my house sometimes when my wife and I get in an argument. Tell her I'm right. So
what if we take her side?
Right. Yeah. I mean, you won't.
Okay.
No, you probably will. Yeah. Getting deep for just a brief second. Okay. So been on the department 22 years.
Yep.
You are our first sergeant that we've interviewed, but you're also our first female that we've interviewed.
Okay.
What's it been like for you growing up through the ranks as a female? And then what would you like to see from female officer applicants coming in? How important is that to you to get good applicants?
Well, absolutely important. I mean, we need more females. We need more females that want to be here, want to do this job, and have that desire. When I was 10, I told my parents I'm going to be a police officer, and they laughed at me because I never spoke. Like I was the quiet one. My sister did all the talking. So they're like, okay, honey, live large, do your dream. I was 20 when I applied to the academy, 21 when I was like a month into 21 when I got on the academy. So I knew from the get-go that I was going to be an officer.
Yeah.
But growing up through this department for the past 22 years has been great. I haven't had any problems.
Yeah.
Everything runs smooth. I've never had any issues. I've always been looked at, I think, as an officer.
Yeah.
And never just as a female or a male or anything like that. I was very blessed to be promoted to sergeant, and there was just a couple when I got promoted as a female sergeant. Now I think there's maybe 6 or 7 of us. So that's growing up. We just need more. We need more. To detectives, we need more females to promote to sergeant.
Mm-hmm.
We just need a mixture.
Yeah.
It's not, we need females or males. We just need a good mixture of everything. And to a female starting out, different departments have different horror stories.
Yeah.
But this place is a good place.
Yeah.
I love this place. I grew up in Wichita. I want to work here. I'm going to put 35 years into this department here, and I'm going to retire here, and leave the legacy of male, female, whatever. You can do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
So
that's one thing I really love about this. Like coming from the military, like it was very like when you're new, you don't know nothing. You're just not very intelligent. But like here, even as a rookie, you still have a place to speak your mind and learn. I mean, senior officers learn from rookies learn from senior officers.
Yep.
So I think that's one thing I would truly love about this department, no matter what bureau you're in and everything. I remember one time out east, I came to work and we had 6 female officers and 2 male officers. So that was cool just to see that how much it's grown and everything. More female officers are applying and everything, and the diversity is getting a lot better. So I think it's really, really dope.
It's always still kind of funny to hear on the radio when you say, I need a male officer for a pat down, you know, because you never used to have to ask, you know, but now there is so many females on the department. Females are making calls with females. They arrest somebody and they're like, can you start a male officer?
Right. Yeah.
You know, we're the ones that are always like, start a female, start a female, start a female. Yeah. So
could you imagine if you were a female officer who was a dog handler? Because a lot of times you'd be called all the time.
All the time.
Yeah. So go ahead.
So you've been on the department 22 years now, right?
Yep.
That's a little bit of time, and this is not an easy job.
Old?
No, I'm not calling.
It's
I'm
okay.
not calling you old.
It's all right.
But obviously, you know, this isn't the easiest job in the world. So what kind of motivates you to just keep going day after day and keep doing the job of a police officer?
You know, I'm not gonna lie. You know, there's some days that you get down on yourself. You wonder why you do this job. You know, you have to not only get yourself prepared and ready, but you got to make sure the others around you, you know, are prepared and ready. And sometimes it's rough. I think what keeps me going is that, you know, for some reason, it's just that one call, that one day, or, you know, that you help somebody, or, you know, you do something in positive, or you get somebody's, you know, long lost cat back, or I mean, just the little stuff, you know. That was like, wow, I did that today. You know, I did that. So I think it's the difference, you know, that we all make in our day to day, just talking to a kid or giving them a sticker at Quick Trip or something, you know, and just seeing their smile. I think that's what keeps me going. You know, there's so much doom and gloom in this world, and you know, we get to squad, and everybody sits down, and you just hear nothing but like 5 minutes of bad news, you know, on the interwatch, and then they're like, okay, get in the car and go. And some days you're just defeated. You're like, is there any good? And then you see it within 10 minutes of going out. So I mean, that honestly is what keeps me going. Is just you know, the smiles and the community events that we get to do, and you know, just people being happy. So
you know, we talk about on this podcast a couple different episodes about mental health, how important it is for us as officers to reach out if we need help. Being that you have 2 officers in your household, if you don't mind, how do you both handle that? You know what I mean? It's like, for me, like, my wife's not a spouse, or not a she's a spouse. Sorry,
my spouse is not.
She's not an officer. So but yours is. So
Sure.
How do you guys deal with that?
You know, we just have to have outlets. Of course, you know, our 5-year-old keeps us super busy, so we play Legos a lot, and you know, video games and the Switch. And
Switch
is
amazing.
Oh, absolutely. I wait for him to fall asleep so I can take it at night and play a little bit of it. But you just have to have that outlet. You know, 40 hours a week, and her even more. She's a chief. You know, so she's 24/7. You know, running and gunning. But you know, we just on our weekends we go jeeping. We hang out. You know, our son is involved in swimming and sports and all that stuff. So you just have to channel it. The good thing about us is she knows when I've had a bad day. And I have, you know, maybe gone through something at work, and I know when she's had a bad day. So we both are like, okay, go upstairs, and you know, me and Jacoby are gonna go and go to McDonald's or something. So
give her that woosah kind of moment.
Yep, exactly. So it's fortunate, you know. Everybody says, don't marry a cop, don't marry a cop. You know, 2 cops, don't, you know, but it works because we both know each other.
You understand what it is.
We understand, and we're not like, okay, do you want to talk about it? You know, talk to me about it. What's wrong with you? You know, why aren't you talking to me? It's just like, okay, we got the eye signal, and we take care of it. But and you know, family comes, and we get to go on getaways, and Jacoby stays with grandma, or you know, something like that. So we have outlets. We got to.
Must have
Super
outlets.
Important.
So the game that we like to play on here is One Has to Go. It usually ends up we all get really hungry afterwards because we talk about it so much. So
always food related.
It is.
Okay,
we're gonna switch it up.
You're gonna do that right before lunch, huh?
Right?
Okay. Okay. All
So
right.
today it's like a barbecue theme, but we're gonna do sides. So you got corn. That's any kind of corn, cream corn on the cob, and beans, baked beans, potato salad, or pasta salad. One's got to go. Which one are you choosing?
Wow, that's a tough one on me today.
Right?
Man, I'm gonna have to go with corn. You said cream corn, and that doesn't sound very good. But
Cream
it's
corn
so
doesn't
hard
sound
to
good.
eat.
Oh.
Everything else you could like eat with a fork and a spoon,
No.
but you gotta get in with that corn.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say corn has
Oh
to go.
my God.
I'm gonna Sarge on that. I'm getting rid of corn.
Oh man. I cannot stand potato salad. So
What? Really?
yes, I have never liked it because I don't like the ingredients besides the potatoes. Then they mess it all up.
Do you not like mustard or?
I like mustard, but I don't like all this together. And then some people put deviled eggs in theirs and mix it up.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I
that
think
makes it the best.
no, that makes it nasty. I think that's like
Dude, come on.
yeah. So I have this discussion with my wife and my friends and stuff too. Is that there's some conversations that I want to have with my Lord and Savior one day. And peas, why? And potato salad, why? Like why? Or not potato salad, but I'm sorry, deviled eggs.
Blessing. Deviled
Yeah.
eggs.
No.
You can't have
amazing.
a hamburger cookout without like potato salad.
Yeah.
You have to.
No.
And baked beans, potato chips. Those
Yep.
are pasta salad.
See, and I feel bad because everybody says my mother-in-law's potato salad is just like fire, and I'm like, oh, no, thank. I'm allergic. Like that's my excuse. Like no, I'm okay. I don't want it.
Not
Like,
now.
yeah, right. So,
Sorry, mother-in-law.
Yeah.
He's gonna eat your potato salad next week.
no, but yeah, potato salad's got to go for me. So, but I can't.
So disappointed in you.
Yeah, you been to Texas? Most of y'all you've been to Texas before?
Like the
Is it-
state?
Yeah, the state.
Yeah.
Texas
Texas.
has Rudy's barbecue. Oh man, they have
Never
the
heard of it.
best cream corn that you could.
Oh.
Yeah, life changing.
I'm getting rid of corn though.
Yeah, you shouldn't even have cream and corn in the same
No,
phrase.
no, but
Corn on the cob I like, but it's not my favorite side for
no,
barbecue.
it's my favorite side. Yeah, and you talked me into pasta salad this morning, so I was like, okay, get rid of the olive and I'll be all right. But
Pasta salad's amazing.
no, okay,
You're
yeah,
kind of picky, aren't you?
I'm very picky. Yeah.
How do you guys
Alright.
work beside each other all day, every day?
So a good thing is
Yeah,
he's got.
I'm asking you
No,
questions
yeah,
now.
right, yeah,
There's
no.
a wall that separates
Yes.
us, so I
Okay.
don't even have to. I don't have to contact you at all. If
No.
I don't want to.
He actually treats me like I'm his kid because I'm in there and I'm like, Trevor, you in there? And he's just like,
I just ignore
he
it.
just doesn't talk. Yeah, just ignores me.
You gotta walk in and find me.
I do. Yeah. So, well, Sarge, we appreciate you being on here.
thanks
No,
for
you're super.
inviting me.
No,
Thanks for watching the podcast.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Even though it's mandated.
appreciate
It is.
Yeah.
Right.
We'll take whatever views we can get.
Yes.
At this
No,
point.
like I said, you guys are doing great things. I love watching Facebook. I love you guys out in the community. You guys are just doing really good. So
Well-
keep up the
thank
good
you.
work.
Well, we appreciate that. We appreciate that. I remember before when I was applying to be up here, you said some things that you liked when you were up here, like doing the YouTube videos and doing the challenges and stuff. And I was like, I like those too. So
Yep.
that's one thing we all talked about, and that's why we're doing some of those things just to
Yep.
be able to interact with the community and
We're
show them
just
there's a human.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. This is what we put on every day, but we're just human.
Yeah.
So we like to have fun and
Yeah.
do crazy, silly dances and
Right.
all that stuff too.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate it,
Yeah,
and
thank
we'll
you.
have you back on hopefully in the future. So,
Sounds good to me.
all right,
Thanks, guys.
we'll be back. We're gonna get a refill. Hey, Wichita, we are back. That was Sergeant Nikki Woodrow. Man, an amazing interview.
Yeah, you can tell she spent some time in the public information unit.
Yes.
because she really knows how to speak
Yeah.
publicly.
Yeah. Bro, I watched the YouTube. It's on our YouTube
Uh-huh.
of when she introduced Sgt Justice, when she hired Sgt Justice for the department.
Legendary.
Bro. And they did like the standing at 6'3" and feathered out, like
I'll have to watch that.
dude, it was awesome. It was awesome.
We still need to get Sergeant Justice on this podcast.
Yeah. I definitely think we need to make him a Twitter page.
He should have a Twitter page.
Yeah.
Why doesn't he have a Twitter page?
Yeah, and he won't send tweets, he'll send what's the sound you make?
Squawks?
Squawks. Yeah. I think that'd be
What sound
really
does
cool.
a bald eagle make?
I don't know. It's something you don't want to mess with though. I know that.
It's the terrifying sound if you're a fish
Right.
or a small animal.
Right. Yeah. What kind of sound do you think it makes, like when they're coming in though? Right right before they hit the water. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. And like that high pitched like screech.
I don't think they make a sound. I don't think they make a sound at
Or
all.
is that like a?
That's probably the
they
sound
don't
the
make a
fish
sound?
makes.
I guess it wouldn't make sense if you're trying to hunt something to telegraph that you're about to swoop down and get it. Because
Yeah.
if you're after it, I mean, chipmunks, they can reach a top speed of like 30 miles an hour.
Really?
If you're
Are these
diving-
facts or
I don't know.
that sounds?
I'm guessing.
Yeah.
They're fast.
Yeah.
I know that faster than I am.
So every week we always ask for people to submit comments.
Questions, comments, concerns. Do we have a question?
We have a question. We
Okay.
do. It was on City of Wichita also shares our podcast on their YouTube
Yeah.
channel, and there was a question. I'll let you read it.
Okay. So this is from Jeremiah via YouTube. Thank you, Jeremiah. Jeremiah says, so I have a question I wanted to ask. I've seen the numbers on how many guns are stolen out of cars in Wichita, but my question is how many of those are recovered and returned to their owners, and by what means are they recovered? Crimes, pawn shops, gun shops, etc. As a concealed carry license holder, been meaning to ask, been listening since episode 1 and was curious. Love the podcast. Hot sauce gotta go along with French toast. LOL.
Okay, I'm gonna address a little bit at the end. First off, I want to say thank you.
Thank you so much for the comment.
Yeah, not only that, but watching since episode 1. We're on episode 9.
This is a real fan.
Yeah, so we appreciate you. Until the point you said it, he's gonna get rid of French toast, but that's okay. I still appreciate you. But
see, I think because you got rid of waffles, right?
Yeah,
which is not okay.
Yeah, French toast is amazing.
What did you get rid of for? Oh, I got rid of ketchup.
Yeah, so did I.
Hot sauce is staying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not getting rid of hot sauce.
Yeah.
We're going to disagree there, Jeremiah. But as far as the gun question, it's kind of hard for us to quantify how many are recovered and returned to their owners.
Yeah.
I mean, right, I don't have the statistics.
Yeah, I don't
right
have the
now.
statistics
We'd have to
ask
our
crime analyst.
But I can speak from experience as an officer. The most common way I think that we recover firearms is typically when we locate them in conjunction with a criminal investigation, whether it's a car stop, an arrest, search warrant, things like that. Because a lot of times these stolen firearms end up with people who are involved in criminal activity. Yeah. And when we catch them, we search them, we search their bags, and that's where we find a lot of these stolen guns. So.
Nope. I echo that. I'm sure that we have detectives out there that do get alerts and stuff from pawn shops that they locate them there.
Pawn unit. Yeah. So any serial numbers that get sold to pawn shops will get sent to us. I don't know the statistics on how many we've recovered from pawn shops. I'd have to look into that. That's a good question.
It's a very good question. Maybe we can put that on the next episode.
We also we utilize save casing to help recover stolen firearms.
Yes.
So the way that works, since Paul's not here, I'll explain it.
Go ahead.
So you take 2 spent shell casings from your firearm when you're out of the shooting range. You put those in an envelope or a plastic bag, and you put the serial number of your firearm on that. You keep it in an area where you don't keep your firearm. Keep it separate from your firearm. That way, if your firearm is stolen, you can turn in those casings, and what we can do is we can enter the imprint on the back of those casings into the National Ballistics Database, NIBIN. And then if your stolen firearm is fired within the city and more casings are located, we can trace where that firearm has been used, and then when we catch the people with it, we can charge them for more crimes.
Yep.
Like that.
Yep.
So
and we also we always echo that with gun safety, and then specifically storing your guns properly, right?
Yeah,
we don't
make sure you're storing your gun in a place that's secure. Don't leave it in a car unsecured.
Yep.
We are giving away gun safes, and I believe, is Jeremiah getting a gun safe?
I don't know.
Because didn't Paul say that?
Paul did say anybody that commented, and he's
Jeremiah,
the only.
Jeremiah, if you wouldn't mind, if you're watching this, because I know you're a long-time listener, first-time commenter, send us an email, policeweb@wichita.gov. Tell us that you left this comment. We'd love to hook you up with a gun safe.
There we go.
Save a casing.
It's pretty neat gun safe too. It's especially for your car.
Yeah.
Allows you to be able to store your firearm safely, and the gun safe itself is secured to your seat underneath of it or something like that.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's pretty dope.
Really handy to have. And then obviously you want to have a gun safe in your home.
Yes.
So,
yeah, we don't want firearms just left around and stuff. So
yeah, no. Do we have any other questions?
I think that was the only questions. My wife and my daughter did appreciate our last episode where you had caught a case of the giggles. They said that you were so funny.
I could not.
Yeah.
Hold in my laughter.
It was good though.
That was bad.
It was good. And then Watson was talking a little smack. He was like, "Man, since you left that one episode, we had the most views ever," and he wasn't lying. Did we
really have more views?
We had, I think, because of Watson. Wow. And then Avendano and everything they're doing with the juvenile intervention unit, man. Like, this is a great episode.
That was a good episode.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of good guests. We're 9 weeks into this. Still learning, still developing kind of our style, I guess.
Yeah.
And that reminds me, we need to tell people to submit more questions, because we've been doing this for 9 weeks and we've only had like 3 questions.
Yeah. I think maybe one of the issues too is like our YouTube. It's kid friendly because we want kids to watch this too. We're trying to reach to all different types of demographics and stuff. So YouTube, when you do that, will block comments. You can't have comments when you do that for some reason, unless
you can't have comments for what?
When you put it when you list it or label it as kid friendly. You can't post comments on there. So
why?
I don't know. Maybe they won't want some 8-year-old getting cursed out by some
I might have to call
rude
Mr.
individual.
YouTube and
you might have to write him a letter.
I'll write him a strongly worded letter saying we need comments on our videos.
Yeah. So again, policeweb@wichita.gov.
Policeweb@wichita.gov. You can comment on our Facebook page too. Send us a message on Facebook. We'll check it and get your comments on the next podcast.
Yeah. Switching gears a little bit back to kind of what we were talking about before Sarge came in with the homicide. One thing that we're asking as well, the homicide that occurred at 25th and Hillside. If you were at that event and you saw something, and we ask that you say something.
Yeah.
See something, say something. Hotline, please get a call. That's a way for you to be able to get information to maybe not directly to law enforcement, but there's also Crime Stoppers.
Crime Stoppers, 267-2111. You can submit a completely anonymous tip. Nobody will ever ask for your name. So if you have information, again, that was a graduation party that was happening at a banquet hall up by 25th and Hillside. There were shots fired, which led to, unfortunately, 2 young people losing their lives that night. So we wanna solve this case, and so we know that there are people with information about this, and we just need them to come forward with that information to help us solve this and help us get justice for those kids. So.
It's been a rough week. My R's and W's mix up,
That's
but
okay.
in not just Wichita, but like America, we had the Uvalde massacre or mass shooting.
Yeah.
That's sad, man. It's being a parent or you're an uncle, seeing that many kids taken from us is very sad. So we did have another question. I think you said on one of our social media posts.
Yeah, I think somebody commented asking basically if we had a situation similar to what happened in Uvalde.
Yeah.
What would we do?
Yeah.
And I'm not going to talk we're not going to go into specifics on what happened there.
Yeah.
But I can say, like, from our standpoint, Captain Rakestraw gave an interview yesterday about our policies when it comes to active shooters. And I don't believe anything has changed since I went through active shooter training.
Yeah.
But my training says, when you hear shooting, you go
right to
the shooting.
Yeah.
Because normally, when you're clearing a building, you go room to room to room.
Yeah.
But once you hear the shooting, you're going right there immediately to address the threat.
Yeah.
You're bypassing anything else.
Yeah.
And it's first officer there is going. There's no waiting around. So. Yeah,
that was that was what was part of the chaos too when we had the Town East shooting. It came out as a mass shooting or an active shooter.
Shooter.
Officers hearing this going in, they got to hopefully get that information relayed from dispatch to be able to tell us where is it at in the mall.
Yeah.
So that's for us. That's what's great on our computers and stuff. We have the maps and everything to show us, especially on schools. And that's why even the schools districts in here at USD 259 and even across America, I believe, but specifically here, that's why their doors are labeled the way that they are and everything. So that way we can see from the outside, okay, we need to go here and everything. But as soon as we get there, we hear shooting, we're running right in.
And the information is key too. Just the information that we get from dispatch and the information that people calling 911 give is key, because like with the Town East thing, it came out as an active shooter, and then I was in Colorado, but I turned on my police scanner to listen to the traffic, and it wasn't very long afterwards that they were like, okay, it's not an active shooter, it's an isolated incident. So that allows you to kind of slow down a little bit, change your response, make sure that everybody's safe. And handle business like you need to. So I know sometimes people, we've encountered this on the street. People call 911 and they get frustrated with the operators asking a lot of questions. They're just like, just get me police here now. Quit asking all these questions. But these questions are vital to the response. The more information we have going into a situation, the better we can handle that. So
and it's difficult, because what stress does to us, it makes us try to see everything as it is in front of us, instead of trying to narrow down, focus on what we can handle, and talk about it. So best way, man, I relate sometimes to my kids or friends that are not law enforcement. You remember like the Liam Neeson movies? Taken, where he tells his daughter, "Hey, you're about to be taken," and just shout out his, description. 5'11", white male. This,
right.
that's what's important, especially if you were ever in one of those environments where you're inside of a building where there's an active shooter. If you see something when you're coming out, law enforcement might stop you briefly, like, "Hey, what's the person look like?"
Yeah.
And it's very important not to worry about your fears and your anxiety and everything that's going on, but just to be able to say, "Hey, he's a white male, he's wearing this," and that's it. I mean, just something very, very vague, I guess. But something,
a good witness is crucial.
It is. So, but yeah, so that answers that question and everything.
Figure out who that person is, see if they get a gun case.
Right? Yeah, man. So,
good questions.
Switching gears a little bit. Fun facts is something. Maybe we should switch it to something else near the end of to wrap up the podcast.
I'm gonna run out of fun facts.
I know.
And some of the facts aren't even gonna be fun. It's just gonna be like, I have a chess set in my living room.
Right. Like, so the city of Wichita, they have their own podcast, right? The Redhead and the Bearded Beauty.
Yeah.
They're pretty funny, and they do dad jokes and stuff. We've mentioned it on the podcast in the past. But they give facts sometimes about like the city of Wichita. Maybe we can give some fun facts about the Wichita. Yep.
That'd be good. We need to get with some of our historians.
Yeah, right.
Some fun facts from the archives.
Mm-hmm. So you got a fun fact today, though?
I do. It's one that you made me give today.
Well, you don't have to. I mean,
well,
it's your business.
Well, I know, but
I just thought it was kind of a fun fact.
I am an award-winning photojournalist.
And it's not.
You put in parentheses, video dude.
Yeah, right. Because that's, my bad. So tell me about that. What do you mean?
So some people know this, some people don't. I used to work in TV news. I was a photographer, TV news photographer, which is a camera guy.
Yeah.
For a few years, and then reported for a few years. And I don't know, it was like my second year as a photographer. I got a second place Kansas Association of Broadcasters Award for a piece that I shot. Or no, that was first place. Second place was the one that I got for reporting.
Okay.
Not a great reporter. First place photojournalist.
Didn't you make a movie though? That's what I was getting at when I was thinking about this.
Yeah, no, that was a totally different thing.
Oh.
So Tallgrass is like an organization in town. Shout out Tallgrass. Love what you guys do. They used to do a 24-hour film race.
Oh.
And me and my buddies would compete in that. And so you have 24 hours from like 7 a.m. on like a Saturday morning till 7 a.m. Sunday morning. You draw like elements that you have to put in a film, and using those elements, you have to write, shoot, edit, do sound design for a film.
Yeah,
it's like 6 minutes long or less, and it premieres. The top 10 films screen at the Orpheum.
No joke.
And so we got my team got second place 1 year and third place the year before that, or the year after that, and then we were in like the top 10. It was pretty fun.
I watched it, man. It was really good. It was like a Weekend at Bernie's kind of theme to it, right? If I remember right.
The one with the dead guy.
Yeah.
It was interesting.
Yeah, that was very good, man. Very good.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Fun fact about me. I know I don't look like it now, but I was a 3-sport athlete in high school, and I was really good at baseball. I played in the Kansas All-Star game for high school kids.
Wow.
Yeah.
What position?
I played third for that game, but I was a pitcher and a catcher.
Okay.
So, but we had a lot of pitchers and catchers when we went up there, so I was kind of like a utility. So I played third.
Did you ever pitch and catch at the same time?
No, I did not pitch and catch.
That would be impressive.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
that's cool. Did you guys win?
I don't remember, to be honest with you, man. But it was kind of a humbling experience because a lot of the kids that were out there the umpires would come up and be like, "Hey, what college are you going to?" And all of them at that time were like Arizona State, Texas, and I'm like, I'm going to the military on Thursday. So, yeah, it was.
Wow.
Yeah, and I got more shakes and congratulations and everything than those other kids. Which shout out to them. I mean, going to college and everything like that too was amazing. But yeah.
Did they play baseball in college?
I don't know. I didn't know.
Do you know if any of them went on to
to this day, I couldn't tell you who else was there.
You could have played with
I could have,
some major league dudes and not even know it.
I know, right? Yeah.
They probably one of them may watch this podcast and be like, "Hey, I remember that guy.
I remember that
from the All-Star game."
Yeah, because I came from a small town in not a small town. I'm from Topeka, but I went to high school in the Flint Hills.
Okay.
Small town called Eskridge, Kansas.
Eskridge.
Yeah. So very small town. You know, it's kind of small town where like you can get credit for your gas. Like you pull up and be like, hey,
we had that.
You did?
Yeah, we had Ep service. And they had a little card, and you would just use the card, and at the end of the month they'd send you a bill for how much gas you got.
No, man, this one was like a Rolodex. Like your name would be in his Rolodex, and he put like ditch $20.
Yeah,
or probably gas back then was like ditch $8. That's how much it would fill the tank. But
I remember when they had gas attendants at the gas station in my hometown, and they would clean your windshield too.
When I would deploy for the military as a dog handler, we flew out of Jersey, and they had a lot of gas attendants there.
You can't pump your own gas in Jersey.
You can't make left-hand turns in Jersey, at least then.
Ever?
They took away it because there were so many collisions. So they would have like this built-in like roundabout type thing where you could safely make a U-turn.
Wait, so how do you just like you're going down the street and you come to like a four-way intersection?
No,
you
couldn't do the left. No, bro, you'd have to go past it, and then there was ways that you can come back around safely. Yeah.
On all roads?
Most of them, at least there. I think I was in Camden, New Jersey. So
that is the weirdest thing I've ever heard.
Yep. Oh, but yeah, man. So we finally got fun facts. Maybe we'll switch it up next week. So
yeah, we'll see.
All right. So episode number 10 will be next week. And
10th episode.
Bro,
we gotta do something special.
We do have to do something special. Maybe we could have a special guest.
Ooh.
So all of our guests are special, but like a special guest. I don't know.
Sergeant Justice.
We'll figure it out. But if you got questions, send us at Police Web. Send them to us
Police Web at wichita.gov.
And we'll see y'all next week.
Yep.
All right. Peace.